cigarettes were once a hot item, being cleverly advertised to make people seem cool and sometimes even healthier for using their products. They used celebrities, models, and influential people to market their products to a younger crowd. However, since then, doctors have been able to scientifically prove that cigarettes cause major health problems, like cancer, causing many people to stay away from them. But what's replaced them? Products like the JUUL. JUUL has used the same advertising tactics as the old cigarette ads. And while they currently advertise their products as a way for adults to quit smoking, that wasn't always the case. For their 2015 launch, they released an ad campaign called Vaporized, which glorified the use of e-cigarettes by showing attractive young models using these products in glamorous settings. Now JUUL has made a complete change in their techniques by deleting their Instagram and Facebook and advertising their products to older adults. Their CEO, Kevin Burns, released a statement explaining why.
The mission at JUUL Labs is to improve the lives of the world's 1 billion smokers and eliminate cigarettes. While working towards our mission, an unintended serious problem has developed: underage usage of our product. Our intent was never to have youth use JUUL, but they are. As the industry leader, we must lead the category in decreasing underage use. Today, we announced an action plan to do just that.
This plan involved restricting the sale of flavors to only allow customers 21 and up to purchase, deleting their social media accounts, and using technology they call sophisticated to verify the customer ID. Even though they claim this action plan will surely decrease the amount of people under 21 that use JUUL, young people still find a way to get their hands on one. According to the Truth Initiative, the percentage of young JUUL users between 2012 to 2015, which is the year the JUUL came out, increased by more than half. And according to the FDA's findings, the number of U.S. high school students who reported being current e-cigarette users increased by 78% between 2017 and 2018. I've even noticed that many students on my college campus use e-cigarettes, even though they're not really allowed. I was curious to just how many students really do use these products, so I decided to ask around.
I don't personally use it, but I do have friends that use it.
Do you have like a lot of friends that do it?
Yeah, I'd say so.
A lot? Do they do it more as like a social thing at parties, or is it more like an everyday thing?
I'd say most of the people I know do it like most of the time, like every day.
So do you use JUUL Soren or e-cigarette products?
Yes.
Yes. Do you use them like socially or like kind of like an everyday thing?
I have a JUUL that has CBD pods in it, so I use that like every day, but my Soren I think I use socially for sure. And other people use it.
Do a lot of your friends do it too?
Yeah, all my friends do it.
All your friends.
Yeah.
Can you show us yours?
Sure. This is my JUUL.
Most of my roommates that I live with use e-cigarettes or JUULs or Sorens of that kind.
Would you say they do it socially at parties or like an everyday thing?
I feel certain of my friends do it just only in social settings, but some of them do it use it most of the time. Yeah.
Would you say a lot of your friends are addicted?
I think some of my friends are addicted, yes.
Do you or anyone you know use a JUUL, Soren, or e-cigarette product?
Yes.
Yes, you do. Do you use it kind of like an everyday thing, or is it more of like social?
Every day.
Every day? Cool. So, do you think you're addicted, or?
Yes, but I have stopped for months at a time. But yeah, I would say I'm addicted.
Yeah.
Started when I was in high school, and then my friends were doing it, and that's when like other small products like that were in like high school. It's really easy to sneak them in and do it and stuff like that, so we do that. But I didn't get too into it until college. Yeah, sometimes I'll do it during class when it's usually not an important class, but just one of my general electives and stuff like that. And I'll just do it because I'm really bored a lot of the time. But yeah, parties too, I guess. But right now I don't have my JUUL currently because I lost it, so I've just been kind of taking it from other people where I can. So
How does it make you feel when you take like a hit from the JUUL or any of those products?
well, it's a big like head rush thing. There's a lot of different terms for it, like a dome, or where I'm from, the Bay Area, we call it a schmack. And and when you hit it, it usually gives you like this head rush thing, and that's kind of nice for like a couple seconds, and you get like a little dizzy, and it's like fun or whatever. And then what it does is it like thins your blood, your veins or whatever, and it makes you kind of more nervous, and the only way you can relax is by taking another one. So that's kind of how they addict you to it. They all contain nicotine usually, and that's like, and usually it'll be like 5% nicotine or 3% nicotine. I'll make the head rush stronger or whatever if the percent's higher. And then it's like, there's usually like a flavored juice or something. I don't really know what it's made of. Not many people do, I don't think.
So how many times a day do you think, when you had your JUUL, how many times a day do you think you took a hit?
Times a day? Like 30 times. Usually, yeah. I'll go through like half of a pod or something. Just me. And it is really easy to lose track if you're just stressed out or whatever, and you just do it all the time and you burn through a million different things, but you just gotta be aware, I think. There's a bunch of different companies. There's JUUL, which kind of started it in San Francisco or whatever. And there's Sorens, which are the little drop-shaped ones, if you know that. Smocks, which is like, there's like a couple of different ones. Well, there's a lot of smoke shops that will sell to minors, just like low-key, and just do it. Or you can get stuff from your friends and buy it from them. It's pretty easy to get a hold of stuff, so.
Are there smoke shops around here that sell them to minors? Chapman, Orange area?
Yes.
Yes.
There are.
So I decided to take a drive around Orange and the surrounding areas of Chapman to see how many smoke shops that I can find within like 2 miles. Because on the JUUL website it showed a lot, like in the 20s range, just within 2 miles of the campus.
After taking a drive around, I decided to go in a smoke shop to ask some questions, but they all refused to be on camera. This makes me wonder how I can prevent my friends from using these products, so I got some advice from a professional.
So my name is Victoria Van Twist. I'm a health educator with TUP. TUP is the Tobacco Use Prevention Program here at the Orange County Healthcare Agency. So for us, the whole idea is to decrease that initial use, right? So we go in, give those free presentations to groups, and our hope is that we can prevent people from using the products in the beginning so that we don't have to speculate about, the what ifs something happens like that. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, there is a risk for addiction because of the high nicotine levels inside of e-cigarettes. There are also some very harmful chemicals or potentially harmful chemicals that are inside of e-cigarette aerosol that youth are kind of exposed to when they're using these products. So we're looking at things that can harm brain development, cause addiction, looking at different products, different ingredients like benzene, nickel, tin, and lead, and of course nicotine, which I mentioned, which is like the main product. Things are changing so rapidly. Like every time that I do research on, like the numbers of flavors. So when I first started doing it, it was 3,000 flavors and 5,000 flavors. Now we're all the way up to over 15,000 flavors. So we're seeing that this is an area where the growth is very high, and we usually let them know to reach out to the resources. So we have that 1-866 new lung number. That number is amazing because it's for teens, adults, anyone who's in Orange County. So we plug them with that, and then we know that not a lot of kids are going to get on the phone and call, so we also give them a texting line. So if you look up the hashtag This Is Quitting, there is a text line where youth can kind of text someone to figure out where they are in the process. Do they want to quit? Do they want to get more information, or just reach out to someone to talk about things? So we definitely try to plug those different things towards them and kind of see where they are.